And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Explore Scientific stage, Mr. Ken Martz.
Wow, where'd that voice come from? Didn't see that coming. Although he came in on
You
cue.
asked me to do it.
Although he came in on cue, so that's always good.
You asked me to do
I
it.
asked you if you were gonna do it. You never said yes. So you're over there fiddling with your knobs and dials. So just jumped in with both feet. Thanks, Paul, for that grand boxing ring introduction. Today is Global Star Party. We're gonna be talking about some beginner level telescopes. And right off the bat, we're gonna talk about the National Geographic 114 millimeter carbon fiber wrapped Altaz telescope. Real simple telescope to use. You can't get much more simple than this. One of the first things you need to know is the tripod is simply a left-right, up-down tripod. You can loosen the panhandle and you can move the telescope up and down. You can just
Aren't you going to say hello to everybody on
hello, friends.
Facebook?
Welcome to Facebook world. Thanks for joining us.
Chris Larson's is Global Star Party this early, but hey, I'm here.
It's the Global Star Party pre-broadcast for Amazon Live.
That light on the back right?
That light?
Yeah.
It's on.
Huh. Interesting. And then
It's high. It's higher than normal.
Joe Schmuckatelli.
Well, hello, Joe. Thanks for joining us today.
He says, woohoo!
Woohoo! And Scott will be coming on the Global Star Party for the official, all-nighter, which is scheduled to end in like 3 hours. They never do. But hey, they love staying up all night. We're astronomers.
Says, howdy, y'all.
Howdy, Astro Beard. So, jumping in now that we got the howdies out of the way.
Howdy.
We're going to be going on Amazon Live, going into a whole lot more detail about these telescopes and mounts to fill up that hour or less of time that we go on every day. So this is National Geographic 114 millimeter reflecting telescope. Comes with a left, right, up, down mount. Very simple. Has a red dot finder that you put on, and you get the red dot finder lined up to the eyepiece, what's showing in the telescope. One of the first things you want to do is be able to see out of the telescope. So you got to pop off this lens cap right here. And there's a couple ways to do it. I'm going to take off that little one right there. A lot of people will take that off and they'll think that they have taken off the lens cap. As you can see, there's a thing in there that you can't see past. That's the secondary obstruction. And the first few times you take this off, it sticks really well. And I'm going to work it off. There we go. Now you can see down in the telescope, and you can see down in there, there's a mirror down in there. See that mirror right there? Reflecting right back at the camera. That mirror is back here in the bottom. So light comes in the telescope, reflects off the mirror. The mirror is curved, and so it starts curving the light and to a point, to a focus point. There's a secondary mirror on the back side of this little circle right here that's flat, and it reflects the light up here into the eyepiece where you can focus it for your eyes, just like that. Very simple, straightforward telescope to use. Comes with a 25 millimeter eyepiece and a 9.7 millimeter eyepiece as well. And always start with the 25, the biggest number, which gives you the lowest magnification. That makes it easier to find stuff. So to set this telescope up, or any telescope, to get the
carbon fiber wrapped tube.
Yeah. That's right. So to get the telescope, any telescope with a finder scope, you've got to get the finder scope aligned with what the telescope is seeing. If you just go out and try and you put it on and use it tonight, the finder scope is not pointing at the same spot in the sky that the telescope is. So you go out and point the telescope at the most distant object you can see. A tree a long ways off, a radio antenna on top of a mountain, a church steeple, whatever. Miles and miles is better than less than miles. So the farther the better. Because of parallax, you're going to center up something like the top of the radio tower in the eyepiece, and then you're going to turn on the red dot finder, and you're not going to see a red laser shoot out. You're going to be able to just see a red dot.
That would be cool, though.
That would be cool, and I actually do use a green laser for some of these things, and you actually can put a green laser right here, and if there's enough moisture and dust in the air, it's really, really clear, you can't see it. But you could put a green laser like the kind you buy as a astronomical laser, or do what I did and buy for like a third of the money the and Noah, you could put this over in the when we go to Amazon Live, put the green rifle scope laser in the carousel, so you can buy it $25. You stick it in here, you get a green beam goes out, and you can see it in the sky. I do that.
That's a good. I just thought. What do you think about doing that with a strong laser, so that way you can determine just how clear the skies are or aren't?
You can do that actually. If it's real clear skies,
like
you won't see
idea.
the laser and go up in the sky.
Yeah, that's a good. But you might see it at the secondary layer.
Or
that's about 150 feet up.
You could, but generally it shows up real close to the telescope.
Yeah.
And you have to be very careful with those. If you have an airplane going by, do not shine it on an airplane. Do not shine it close to an airplane, because probably you don't like to get visited by the local police, followed by
the FAA.
the FBI. Oh, the FAA won't come. They don't have police. They just call the FBI.
They have police.
TSA people, but they're going to call the FBI. The FBI is going to be the people who show up. And I've talked to FBI agents, but not because they were interviewing me. I don't think it'd be much fun about that. The crime of lasering an airplane is immense, so you don't want to do that.
They're all kind of sticks in the mud, aren't they?
No, I've known some really cool FBI agents that weren't sticks in the mud. Oh yeah.
Okay.
They were, as long as they're on your side, they're good folk to be around.
I suppose.
So any telescope, you're going to line up whatever it is, say the top of a radio tower and the eyepiece, and then you're going to use 2 screws on here to move the piece of plastic that has the red dot on it. You're going to move it up and down. It's actually going to move sort of in a stair-step way and get it lined up on top of the same thing. So now, and look at the telescope, make sure the telescope didn't get moved. It did, move it. Keep doing that until the red dot and the telescope are looking at the same thing. Now, and this is the easiest to do in dusk, but now when the sun goes down, you can point the red dot at your target and then look in the eyepiece with a low-powered eyepiece, and your target should be close. If it's off a little bit, center it up, say the moon, or Orion's Nebula, or Beetle Juice in Orion, whatever. Move it around.
Beetle Geist or Beetle Juice?
Beetle Juice is how everybody pronounces it. I don't,
I thought it was Beetle Geist.
If you want to pronounce it that way, you're free to, because everybody I know says Beetle Juice. Maybe it's because we speak Arkansas.
I don't know.
But I've
heard it 2 or 3 different ways.
I rarely hear people call it Beetle Geist. Tyler, do you call it Beetle Geist? Beetle Geese? Dude, I'm from Arkansas, and I call it Beetle Juice. I do not call it Beetle Geese.
Astro Beard says hi.
Ask Astro Beard how he pronounces Beetle Juice. It's hard to write that. Beetle Geese? It's like Beetle Geese, but not Beetle Geese. Weird. Tyler just walked in. Tyler's.
Were you saying that's weird or Tyler's weird?
You said that. I didn't.
Okay.
I would look right behind you. He's
what do you want, Tyler?
So anyway,
come over here messing with my stuff.
If you need to move it and fine tune it at night on the target, you can do that. Also, never, ever, never look at the sun with any telescope, because eyeball and bright focused sunlight do not go together. You'll hurt your eyeball. You'll ruin your eyeball. You'll have permanent scarring or permanent damage that will never go away and can't be fixed. So don't do it. Let's see. So anyway, this is the National Geographic 114 millimeter.
What just happened to your microphone?
What's happened to it?
Wow.
What's happened?
That's much better.
Huh? Don't know.
You had it on wrong.
I think I touched it a little bit. So going to switch out telescopes here on the set real quick. And going to move over to. We're moving up in quality and in price. And going to move over to.
Sorry.
Paul's singing. I am very sorry about that.
Hey, so this I can't see that telescope.
And I'm behind.
Move the table to the right.
I can't angle it to the right.
Move the table to the right.
Oh, studio complete reset. This is a very heavy table.
There you go. Stop.
Very heavy table.
Yeah, all cardboard of it.
Very heavy table. It's a beautiful cardboard box.
So
custom built for this purpose, by the way.
Elena Petrikiva says I don't know what they said. Harold Locke says California says Beetle Juice.
There we go.
And Brian Fanning says, hi, Kent from New Jersey.
Hello, Brian. How you doing today? Good to see you on the broadcast. Thanks for joining us.
I wonder if he talks like this or something very similar, you know?
I wouldn't have done that, Paul.
I don't care.
'Cause
it's fine. They know I'm screwing around.
He might send Paulie to come get you. Paulie.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I call him Paulie sometimes. So this is the National Geographic 114 millimeter reflector scope.
I just don't want a horse head in my bed when I wake up.
This is made out of metal. Comes with a red dot finder, just like the last telescope. Works the same way. Has a curved mirror down here that starts focusing the light. A flat mirror that reflects it out over here. Comes on what's called an equatorial tripod. And if you want to know more about equatorial tripods, watch the broadcast tomorrow, because we're going to be talking about how to do a polar alignment during the daytime.
We should use that way.
Or when you can't see Polaris. We can still get you pretty close, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. So this is the polar axis right here. This has to be lined up with the rotational axis of the Earth, pointed at true north. There's a process to go through that's real simple and straightforward, but you have to learn how to do it. I'm going to get this turned like it's supposed to be. You always want to have the counterweight over one of the legs, which becomes the north leg, because this is the leg that points north. Or if you're our friends in the southern hemisphere, points south, it would become the southern leg, because then you're lining the telescope with the southern celestial pole.
Frontline, no? I don't know. It says, any suggestions on my new 80 millimeter refractor?
What is a more specific question?
Yeah.
You know, are you asking how to focus it, or what tripod to put it on, or there's all sorts of options there.
James Dugan says, "G'day, Kent and the Explore Scientific team."
Well, thank you for that shout out. We appreciate it very much.
And then Teresa Caffey Roberts says, "Hi, Scott, watching from Oklahoma."
Oklahoma, where the wind comes whistling off the plain, as we all know, and it blows into Arkansas then.
What?
Yep. So,
okay.
Well, hey, if you ever, if you're, depending on where you live in Oklahoma, we're a 4-hour drive away from Oklahoma City. You'd always come visit with us. So we're going to go ahead and get off this broadcast, and we're going to be going to Amazon Live. The link should be over there somewhere that you can see. Join us there for more information. We're going to talk about a lot of products and visit about astronomy. So looking forward to seeing you over there. We'll see you at 2 o'clock Central Time in 9 minutes. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.